Hello, everybody. Good morning. All right, we're gonna start now. Thank you all for coming. Welcome to the 6th Long Island Native Plant Initiative and the 3rd Long Island Invasive Species Symposium, otherwise known as Resilient Long Island. Much shorter name. I'm Greg Lowenthal. For those who don't know me, I'm president of LIMPI, not LIMPI. On behalf of LIMPI and LISMA, I want to welcome you all to Resilient Long Island this year. For those who don't know and who haven't been here before, Resilient Long Island is a symposium where community members, researchers, and professionals have come together to learn and share how to better foster resilient ecological communities through the use of native plants, invasive species management strategies, and restoration practices. William A. Ward once said, "Judge each day not by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds you plant." This quote emphasizes the importance of resilience and perseverance in the face of challenges, focusing on the effort and determination put into planting seeds for future growth. Together, we are planting those seeds today and every day, in spite of our challenges as Long Islanders in our region. The Long Island Native Plant Initiative is a volunteer-run nonprofit organization. Our mission is to preserve Long Island's biodiversity by cultivating ethically sourced ecotypic plants to ensure commercial availability of native plants for nurseries, communities, and habitat restorations. We fuel the native plant supply by driving demand through volunteer efforts, education, and outreach programs. LIMPI has the honor of administering LISMA, the Long Island Invasive Species Management Area. Led by Bill Jacobs, our team of Abby Marino, Cassidy Robinson, and Melody Cerniglia works with partners across Long Island and the New York City region to reduce the threat of invasive species and restore local ecosystems. Funding for LISMA is provided by the New York Environmental Protection Fund as administered by the New York State DEC, Department of Environmental Conservation. I am joined today by my board as well, and my wonderful nursery team, Holly Wiegand, the executive director and founder of LIMPI. Myself is Greg. We have Rob and as the VP. Francis is our, can we get that down? That's okay. Francis is our treasurer. Colleen is our secretary. And we also have Tara Lynn, Kelly, Chris from the board. And also, of course, join, and you'll see them at the booth today. Pam Ireland and Maggie Musanti are our nursery managers. We have a lot of great speakers today, and I'm really looking forward to the talks. Thank you also for those who attended yesterday. We had the amazing poster sessions out in CTUC, and thank you for the presenters who came out last night and our tablers today. Please check them out between the sessions. I want to thank all of our wonderful sponsors. So in addition to the Scully Estate and CTUC and Hofstra University and Sisters of St. Joseph for hosting our activities. And I want to thank the sponsors without whom we would not have made this possible. New York State, DEC, CTUC, Long Island Natives, Hofstra, GEI, Long Island Sustainable Wine Growing, Rewild, Drop Seed Natives, Avalon Nature Preserve, Sierra Club Foundation, Peconic Land Trust, the Nature Conservancy, Lover Native, and of course, Sisters. A special thank you to Cassidy Robinson in the front here for serving as the coordinator of the symposium and the rest of the LISMA team for their hard work organizing this event. This is months in the planning and a lot of moving parts, and I'm really excited to be here. We also have a silent auction today in the multipurpose room. Here's a preview of the items you can bid on. There's a lot of different items. Some cool ones include a signed book and signed books by Doug DeHalamy, and also a Coach bag from the High Line in New York City. Thanks to Pam for organizing this event and the auction. Bidding closes at the end of our last break at 4:15, and winners will be announced at the close of the day. And also, as you go see all of the tables and our sponsors out in the multipurpose room, there are also plants for sale. It's never too early to plant native plants. A note for folks who are interested in the continuing education credits, please sign in and out of each session today, either using the forms at the back of the room or the QR code and during the presentation. If you are seeking credits remotely, please complete that form or the QR code or link in the chat for signing in and out of each session. We do have a moderator, Abby, who will be moderating the chat. There she is. Thank you. I'd like now to invite Dr. Bret Bennington, Professor of Geology and the Chair of the Department of Geology, Environment, and Sustainability with Hofstra University and department sponsor of this event, to say a few words. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Good morning, everybody. My name is Dr. Bret Bennington, and I am the chair of the Department of Geology, Environment, and Sustainability at Hofstra University. After a really fantastic poster session and talk last night at CTUC, I'm happy to welcome you to the Hofstra campus for a full day of presentations and discussion on Long Island ecology, conservation, land management, and native and invasive plants. Although we're just beginning to awaken from our winter dormancy on campus, the Hofstra campus is a beautifully landscaped and nationally recognized arboretum with over 12,000 evergreen and deciduous trees representing over 600 species and varieties. Although the traditional role of an arboretum is to cultivate a large variety of trees for scientific and educational purposes, rather than promote specifically the planting of native species, under the leadership of our newest director of grounds, Mike Runkle, we have embarked on an ambitious program of native planting on campus. Over the last several years, Mike and his crew have planted many native trees and installed 2 large and species-rich native pollinator gardens, and there's a 3rd garden in the works this spring. Hofstra students in our Sustainability Studies program and the LEAF Environmental Club now participate in annual activities to harvest seeds and propagate native pollinator species in our own greenhouse on the roof of the building that I work in, Gittleson Hall, and we plant the plants that we grow on campus, both on the north side and the south side. And I'm particularly proud of our work in the Hofstra Bird Sanctuary, which we are utilizing as an outdoor campus laboratory for students to practice and study invasive species management and native restoration. Donation last fall of plants from LINP has really jump-started these efforts, and I will be happy today to take anyone who's interested on a quick tour of the bird sanctuary during our lunch break. Just meet me by the registration tables at 1 o'clock, short walk over to the sanctuary, and then you'd be back by 1:30, no problem. So let me wrap up my brief remarks by saying how excited I am to be partnering with LINP and LISMA to bring this symposium to Hofstra, and I look forward to continuing the collaboration as we work to make our campus and the surrounding communities more ecologically sustainable. This partnership would not have been possible without the support of the Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, and this symposium would not be happening at all without the organizational and logistical work of the Hofstra Cultural Center, and in particular the 4 tireless women who run it, Kathleen Collins, Carol Mallison, Amy Trotta, and Janine Rinaldi. Without these 4, nothing interesting or important would ever happen on this campus. So let's just give them a quick round of applause. Thank you, and have a really fabulous day today.
Thank you, Bret, for the warm welcome and making this event possible, and the rest of Hofstra University for welcoming us here. I'd also like to now introduce Chenae Bullock, enrolled Shinnecock Nation citizen and descendant of the Montauk tribe in Long Island, to provide a land acknowledgement. Please welcome Chenae.
That means, thank you. I lead canoe, I am butterfly woman. That is who I am. I descend from a long line of songskwas and sachems of this land. The Shinnecock people, the Montaukett people, we're interconnected, interrelated to the Massapequa, the Maroc, the Narok, and the Chenae people, whose land we are sitting in today. Those tears, they're real. That was not staged. That song is a prayer song for the water and the life that water gives. We would not have any plants, indigenous, invasive, or our own lives if it wasn't for water. And so that is a living land acknowledgement. I'm honored to be asked to give this land acknowledgement. Every land acknowledgement is very different, but it's important that when we talk about a place, we talk about a species of plants, that we do not erase the people, not who just once was, but who are still here today. And that's why when Indigenous people give land acknowledgement, and when they're asked and invited to give land acknowledgement in their own home, we do it in our own way. So never think that the Chenae, the Maroc, or the Narok, whatever dialect your ancestors may have changed it to, or the Massapequas, or the Shinnecock, or the Unkachug, or the Canarsie, or the Rockaway, or the Sitilicot, or the Setauket, or the Manhattan peoples, never think that we are still not here, that we are not here. I'm going to talk a little later and get into some really interesting ways on how we've been able to preserve everything that I'm kind of sharing, this experience that you're having right now, how we've been able to preserve that despite of all of the things that have tried to eradicate this land. So we not only acknowledge this land, we all have a responsibility and reciprocity and stewardship to this land. That's the acknowledgement. And so the living acknowledgement to the people, but I acknowledge the work that each and every one of you are doing for this land. Thank you. Tibutne.
Thank you, Chenae. That was really beautiful. Thank you.